Welcome to friendship.
If you're losing on PvP today, chuck your speeder on and let your boss do the play.
You scratch my CD, you know.
Hello and welcome to the Team Friendship Pod. We finally got around to doing it. We're going to do this probably weekly, depending on if it works or not and people's lives. But each week there's going to be a different member that runs the theme. So this week it's my week. I am Orc. Hello, hello, hello. My week I've told people to get clippings from newspapers, things they've seen, things that are funny or interesting. And we're going to just do that with a few little Easter eggs in between. So I have Aled Phillips. Hello, Aled.
Hi. Why the fuck did you say my surname?
Because you're a spark. Dmonic Dell.
Hello.
Nath Supercard.
Good evening, all.
Super G Zeusy.
15 for 35.
Fuck's sake. Shameless plug. So this week's my week. Next week we'll decide, probably off a wheel, who's next. And
Off a wheel.
5 Sam's gets to pick a topic.
and as the weeks go on, we're going to hope for a bit more input from you guys listening, watching, whatever. So reach out if you've got things to do, you want to get involved. We'll find ways of getting you involved too. So straight into it.
I'm bringing it back to the UK.
Bringing it home.
I'm bringing it home. It's something a little bit light-hearted.
Play 3 lines. It's coming home.
They won today, didn't they?
Del boy's coming home.
He's no longer Dia Del Mondo.
No, he's bringing the light-heartedness of all the previous things. So in Northampton, a swan terrorises his neighbourhood by constantly knocking on front doors. Cedric, from Northampton, the swan, has been terrorising the streets of Northampton by using his beak or his bill to knock on letterboxes.
I find it absolutely wild that swans are knocking around a town. I guess it's similar. Did anyone see the paper when it was it goats or sheep that were just like...
Yeah, sheep were going around the town.
Yeah, nuts, taking over. So you're telling me there's a town in England where swans are taking over?
Yes.
Hang on, you find that nuts? They've named the swan Cedric.
Cedric.
They've named the swan. They've named a singular swan.
But the person who stated that was the councillor, Stephen Legg, whose home was targeted by mostly Cedric as he's experiencing door-knocking antics of the past 5 years.
They must have been Remainer swans. They didn't want this Brexit. Yeah. That's what it is.
So I'd imagine, based upon a previous story with COVID, that the swans have taken Eat Out to help out.
Yeah.
One step further.
Well, they want their letters.
The swans have decided that lockdown doesn't apply to them, and whilst everyone else is indoors, they are literally going to eat out to help out.
Yeah. It's not Uber Eats, it's Swan Eats.
Swan Eats.
Swan Eats. Fucking.
Let's hope their card.
Or Uber Swan.
See, what? So, do you reckon there's like a gang of swans just in an alleyway, like planning their next heist?
The next door. The next door.
No, we've hit the council today. I reckon we hit Gerald across the road.
Yeah,
Might be a bit of a trek, but
we've done Bob 4 times in the last month and not got a chase. Changed house.
But apparently the RSPCA have come to investigate the situation and concluded Cedric might be trying to scrape off insects off the front doors.
So he's doing something for the community.
So he's doing something for the community?
Yeah.
It's no different than a picker for the council.
He's not work experience or community service.
If he wants to come down to Portsmouth, my front door could do a cleaning.
Probably do your windows as well.
I'll pay him well. I've got a lot of windows. He could do me conservatory while he's here.
But why? But why? What? Why would you not stop it? Like, you heard it banging on your door, so you must go to the door, yeah? Like a normal person would. You must go to the door. You hear a bang on the door, you go to the door. You see it's a fucking swan or duck, a swan, innit?
Yeah.
You see it's a swan, and you're just like, yeah, it's fine. It's only clean the door.
Maybe it's like Clifford the Big Red Dog, but this is Cedric the Big White Swan.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Good morning,
Enjoying it.
Cedric. Tips the hat. How's the wife
Well,
and kids?
It's a new thing for Jehovah's Witnesses. They bring the swans out, and then as soon as you think, oh, it's a swan, and then they jump out and go, do you believe in God?
Curtain shut, door locked.
Does Cedric look good in a trilby?
I don't know, and asked him, mate.
Like,
See,
obviously, this is a legitimate story, but it doesn't seem. I just don't understand how it's happened.
It's the thing that blows me away. It's been going on for 5 years, and you haven't thought of trying to stop it.
Perfect time during lockdown. There's nothing else to do.
Right.
Think about it. How did crocodiles or alligators survive? Then, everybody just like try and fix up their house or their car or whatever. This guy has a genuine swan swan issue.
Infestation?
Yes, that's the word.
But what's next? So we've had goats, we've had swans. What's next? What animal's going to be roaming streets?
Dinosaur. They're making a comeback.
What's making them come back?
Is there a Minotaur?
Dinosaur.
Oh, dinosaurs. Yeah, used to work with a lot of them.
See, I don't think they died by a meteor. I think they're just living under the earth and just waiting for their time to pounce.
He never
Even
stumped
in
him.
the Icelands, like or the North Poles and stuff like that, they're actually when they're with the global warming, they're actually finding all these when they're digging down, they're finding like mammoths and literally in the ice a full like mammoth completely as if it had been buried like 10, 20, 30 years ago.
Mammoths are cool.
Well, what's going forward from 8 upwards?
8 upwards. So 7, big fan of giraffes. Big fan. 6, I like wombats.
What-
5,
What draws you to a wombat?
it's just something that like could be a good doorstop. Like it could be alive. You put like in a cage.
good doorstop.
Doorstop.
That has
Yeah, it
Peter
could-
written all over it. What are you
No,
talking about?
no, I don't-
Doorstop.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean like you can put it there. It won't move.
Like a dead wombat.
No, not dead. The wombat's very much alive.
If you put your wombat by the door, that'll let the swans in.
But the swans won't climb up hills. Very scared of them.
Cedric will be raving in your back garden.
Number 5. Big fan of mole rats.
Of what?
Where
Moor
is this
rat?
podcast?
A mole rat.
A moor rat. A specific
Yeah.
type of rat.
Have you not seen them?
No.
I'll get you a picture of one.
The rat I've seen is Rat-a-tat or right, freaking what's it called? The other one.
Rat-a-tat-tat. Rat-a-cake.
Raticate.
Yeah.
You're feeling lonely today.
See, mole rat.
That looks like my ball sack.
Only rat I've seen is Borat.
That looks like my ball sack.
Mole rat.
Borat.
Oh,
Second
lovely.
one down the left.
See,
Well, what's next then?
4. So this is gotta be panda. Like a baby panda, not a full scale.
Right, what's 3?
3, gazelle. Gazelle.
Any particular reason?
I got the upper body strength for a gazelle.
I like
Right,
gazelles,
3.
they're on my feet.
2. 2's a sloth. 1's a koala.
You're an odd child.
You're a very odd child.
Were you dropped at birth?
What,
Yeah.
down the hill?
Yeah.
I hit my head on a
Okay.
marble like table.
Did you roll down a hill in a wheelchair?
Like, you're getting the wrong edge of that story. No one pushed the person. He went down a hill by himself. I'm not throwing myself in front of a wheelchair to stop it.
I've got a story about someone in a wheelchair. So, here we go. I went on a night out, right, with the boys, and I was a designated driver. So I was driving, obviously. I think it must have been about 10 o'clock we headed into town. And in the pre-drinks, you go to a pub like nearer to your house before you get to town, have the prees with their boys, you get on the set. They're all there like that. And I'm just fucking driving or whatever. I've had my 1 pint and I'm done, yeah? They're all fucking hammered. Oh, take us town in, come on, take us town. Alright, boys, I take you town now. As I leave, right, a girl comes into the comes out from the toilet as I'm walking to the front door. She goes, "Oh, hiya, Greg." I turn around. "Oh, hiya, how are you doing? Right? Yeah, love. Have you seen so and so? She's here too." And I was like, "Who's that now?" She was like, "Oh, from fucking school." I was like, "No, I haven't." Comes out the toilet behind her, and this girl I met in school, in comprehensive, like, and she was, well, obviously smart as hell. Her name was Rebecca. Anyway, she's in a wheelchair now, and I was like, "Oh, fucking hell, what's that?" I said, "Oh, what's happened to you, when?" I thought she'd broken her leg or something. It wasn't that. She's actually like, something's happened and she can't walk anymore. And I was like, "Fuck, I'm so sorry." I was talking to her. I was like, "You going out, to you?" And they were like, "Yeah, we're going out still." I was like, "Fucking hell, how long have you been going out for?" And she was like, "Oh, I haven't stopped really. I'm just out every weekend or whatever." Anyway, I'm like, "No, I gotta go. I had to drop the boys into town." So I get into town like that. 1 o'clock comes, 2 o'clock comes, 3 o'clock comes. "Boys, I want to go home. I'm fucking knackered." Like, "Greg, you're not going anywhere yet, mate." "Oh, all right. 4 o'clock it shuts, right? 3:05. Guess who strolls in the club? That bird and the girl in the wheelchair, Rebecca. Yeah, they come into the club and they just like, whatever. "Oh, yeah, again. Oh, I seen you earlier." Drunk, you know what birds are like, fucking hanging off your neck. Well, she wasn't, but you know what I mean. She was like, "Do you know what? Are you driving tonight, you?" And I was like, "Yeah. Got the boys in the van." And they were like, "Oh." She was like, "Oh, could you give me a lift home?" I was looking at her, and I was like, fucking hell, she's offering me for a lift home. And the first thing I thought, I was like, "Yeah, obviously." She was like, will my wheelchair fit in the car?" And I was thinking, fuck, I don't know. I got the boys, and the boys were like, "Oh, don't worry, mate, go drop her home first now and come back for us." I was like, "No, cheers, boys, yeah, great, stitch me right up. I just want to stay out. I don't want to do 2 trips." Anyway, me being the kind man that I am, I haven't seen the bird in years and years and years. Anyway, when we were younger, I think we used to go out with kissing, with that old chestnut, we were 16. Anyways, gets her in the car like that. She's fucking talking to me. "Oh, how are things? What are you doing now?" I'm saying, "I'm a dance teacher. I'm doing this. I'm doing that." She's there giving it the old like, "Oh, I wish I could dance. I wish I could do this." I'm feeling like absolutely awful. Everything I'm saying, she's counteracting me. She's telling me, "Oh, fucking, I can't do that, see, because my legs, I can't do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, fucking, I'm so sorry about that." Literally every sentence, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, I'm so sorry about that." And it's getting on and on and on. Goes to me, "Oh, I've never been kissed, see." I was like, "What? I haven't been kissed since the last time you kissed me." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Yeah, my accident was about a year after and I hadn't been with anyone." And I was like, "Oh my God, she's asking me for a kiss. How have I got myself in this situation?" Anyway, I was like, "Do you want me to kiss you? I'll give you a kiss." And she goes, "Yeah, go on then." So I lean over and I kiss her. Smoochie in the car now as I'm driving, that old chestnut. There we are, it's all done. Awkward then straight after. I was like, "Well, was it worth it?" She's like, "Yeah, enjoyed that." Anyway, gets to her house, right, boy. She goes, "Fucking lovely house now." I'm thinking, fuck, they're well off here. And I'm thinking, obviously, they got the money from certain circumstances, from an accident or whatever. Lovely, massive drive up. I park at the corner because there's a gate at the bottom. Parks at the corner like that. She was like, "Oh, do you want to come in?" I was like, No, I won't come in. I thought, "Oh, fucking hell, straight away now. She's trying to put it on me." Anyway, she was like, "Do you want to go for a walk?" And I was like, "Oh my God. You mean I'll walk?" And she was like, "Yeah." So I'm fucking hell, I get the wheelchair out. She gets in the wheelchair. Walking it up the fucking path back and forth, talking about nonsense. I must have been about an hour, boys, right? It must have been about an hour. And she's saying, the thing is, then I'm kneeling down and I'm kissing her. I'm fucking kissing her or whatever again. She's like talking nonsense. And she says, "Oh, see, I've never had sex." and I'm there like, how am I in this position now? I cannot like go and do this, innit? I can't do it. She was like, "Oh, there's there's a little place I go down here. It's like a den that she fucking had or whatever. It's a place that she goes to think about things. She's a proper deep person, right? And you can't blame her, to be fair. Like, I'm so sorry for her. I'm like, yeah, let's go. But then we're sitting down, right? And she's out in the wheelchair now, so we're both sitting on the grass, like. And I just knew in my head that something bad would happen this night. And she's like, she tells me again, like, oh, like, do you want to have sex? And I'm like, oh, fucking hell, go on then. I was like, how am I supposed to do this now? I was like, I can't talk, I'm going to crash here. I can't do anything, like, it's a real bad thing. Anyway, she was like, oh, just put me up here, like, on the wall. And there's a wall, like, about 3 foot, like that. Oh, yeah, about 3 foot. And then the fence up afterwards, quite high. Little poles coming off, like, sticking out, like, stanchions. Anyway, so I'm there, like, I'm fucking doing it, and I know it sounds awful, but we're having sex. The back of her coat is caught up on the stanchion poles behind her. So she's just hanging on the fence now, and I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, is she even comfortable? She's just fucking dangling there, basically. Legs are obviously just fucking limp, and I'm thrusting her. I don't even know if she can feel it, like she's not making any noise. Feeling bloody awful. I'm like, how am I doing this? She's like, oh. Anyway, finish this, alright? She's like, oh, thank you for that. I'm like, fucking hell, I'm literally a prostitute. I can't believe what I'm doing. She goes, I'm literally a prostitute, right? I'm there, it's finished, right? Puts it back in the wheelchair. Oh, thank you so much, now it's been a lovely night. I'm like, how have I got myself into this state when I'm sober now, to end up now, sleeping with someone I was, like, haven't seen since I was 16, and she's disabled. She's literally asked me, and she's made me do it, because, like, she made me feel bad for it. So I'm walking it up now, back to the car, gets to the car, I put my coat in it, because it's obviously fucking stinking. My coat in it, I'm walking it up, boys, right? I swear to God, I'm walking up the drive. I hear the front door open, right? I hear the front door open, out comes this fucking monster of a man. I'm talking Braun Strowman, like, he's there like a, don't, walking down the fucking road. He says like, oh, it's my father. And I'm like, oh, are you, mate? I fucking shitting myself, innit? And he's like, oh, hello, what's your name, man? Oh, I said I'm Greg, I am. Just bringing it back from night out. And he went like, oh, cheers, Greg, mate. Thanks for bringing it back. Most people just leave it hanging on the fence. I was
Oh, fucking hell.
That's brilliant.
oh, fucking hell.
I remember the first time you told me that, and you literally went, "Oh, how long did I have you for?" I was like, "Right up to the fucking end."
Oh, man.
I had to make my mic. As soon I knew the fucking story, I was pissed at myself.
It was
Oh,
better this time around.
Yeah, it wasn't. I fucking went in depth. It was much more in depth this time.
Fucking
I wasn't-
class. Mr. Sage, what is your topic this week?
So lads, basically, I was just like, obviously, I work in 13-hour nights or whatever sometimes. Well, all the time. And I was sitting in a car last week, and I seen a post on the death penalty, and I thought, what the hell is this now? And it was literally, I was in the depths of like YouTube, like looking at stupid videos, and then it sent me to Safari on this link because I clicked on something in the description. Honestly, it's fucking shocking. And I was going through it, and I noticed that it was an execution list scheduled for the 2021 month of March, and they've just listed all the names. Surely, right? They cannot be putting their fucking names out on the internet of who's dying today.
It's a bit shit. The death penalty is so vast and open to so much opinion. For me, okay, first things first, do you believe that it's a viable resource? Do you think it's good having the death penalty or not?
I would, yeah. I think it gets rid of all the people that need to be getting rid of. Like, if they had it in Wales here now, I'd be straight down to Nethley, bang, bang, chow Alid.
But
Nah,
do you think that you should, as a human, have the right to take another human's life based on a mistake or something that obviously murder normally, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
I get what you mean.
In some
They-
circumstances.
It's very rare that someone who gets put on death row comes off of it. It does happen, but it's very rare.
Yeah. But
Like-
it's the case of if someone was put on executed and it transpires that mistakes will happen, mistakes were made, and there was a mistake, you can't exactly bring that person back, can you?
No, that's true. But you know, like in a bit of a stupid example, if you got Romeo and Juliet, yeah, so and so kills that person, and then he goes and kills him because he done that. But like he wasn't involved in the equation, the guy that killed the other guy. So now, he should just like the guy that obviously originally killed Mauricio, or whatever. He obviously deserved death because he's fucking killed someone or whatever. So that's what should happen to him. But then Romeo's gone and killed him, and now Romeo has no one to kill him because, like, do you get what I mean? That he's left in limbo there. But like he shouldn't have done that. Obviously, there should have been a death penalty that took him out as well.
But does the
Like,
death penalty not? Do you not want them to suffer in jail in harsh conditions for the rest of their life, suffering with old age in a little tiny cell, rather than put them to death? But then the other argument for me is that's taxpayers' money that's keeping that person alive.
Alive, yeah.
Didn't Donald Trump, like his last month, put the most people like to death in the history of America?
Is that a statistic? Wow, is it?
Yeah, I generally think it is.
Wow.
I don't remember the exact number, but he put the most people to death
He
Wouldn't
put-
be something that surprises me though.
on it before he got like kicked out.
Yeah. Did he actually die yet? Try and find
Yeah.
that boy.
Don't worry, boys. Though Joe Exotic's still alive.
Fuck
Fucking hell.
Rootin' tootin' cowboy wearing Joe Exotic is still living.
Joe Exotic's a local hero. Think of the Tigers. Think of the Tigers.
Think of the Tigers.
Alid,
Joe Exotic.
what's your opinion on the death penalty? I'm interested in this.
Depends on the circumstances.
So, do you think eye for an eye is a viable excuse to take a life?
If someone gets sent to death row, they deserve to be there. But it depends on the circumstances. It depends how much. Say if someone killed 12 people, yeah,
Yeah.
you would show that person mercy and just lock them up in a cell where they could potentially be released. Because a life sentence with good behaviour can potentially make them get released. If they have parole and everything like that, if they are good behaviour.
So what you're saying is the US
So, yeah.
Constitution and their system, you would take that in England and Wales. You would take that in the UK. You would take a form of death, whether it be electric chair, mostly is now lethal injection, I believe. So
Yes, lethal injection.
yeah, so you would take that in this country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If someone commits mass murder, then yes. That's not an accident.
Okay, so mass murder, what do you label that as? More than one? More than two? More than three?
Like 3.
Three.
More than 3. 3 or more.
It's like
So
serial
two's
killers,
okay.
basically.
So two's
I
okay.
don't feel like
No, I didn't say 2 is okay. But 2, I didn't say that. I said 3, you should die.
How many people have you killed, Alid? Be honest.
107. They're all under my
why are you
patio.
not on death row?
Under your patio.
Alan West.
I fucking
Oh fuck.
that gazebo must stink.
Under the tree as well, so there's no birds in it.
Oh,
But here's a fact for you. There's 5 countries that still have public executions.
mm.
Iran, Saudi Arabia, North Korea, and Somalia.
North Korea shocks me.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia doesn't
enough.
strike me as anything.
Yeah. Somalia doesn't strike me as well.
You wouldn't even know what happens in North Korea most of the time anyway.
No propaganda there. Speak
Yeah.
realistic.
Well, I've got a couple, so I'll go next. I've got a couple just to tie us along. The first one came to me a few weeks ago, but the one today really pissed me off. I don't know if anyone's seen today that Boris Cut Your Hair Johnson came out and said Britons have had quite a few days off and we must go back to work. I don't know about anybody else. I know some of you boys have worked all the way through. I haven't. I've been one of these lockdown people getting 8% furlough, right?
Yeah.
But this motherfucker locked me down and stopped me working. And he has the cheek to come out and say Britons have had quite a few too many days off. What's with that?
It's poor wording, isn't it? Like, it's really bad wording.
I mean, I
Deluded.
haven't had any days off, so I'm not impressed.
Yeah, fair play to all those people that are out and have been working throughout this, because it's terrifying, especially at the absolute bust of it all, where people are coming down with it left, right and centre, to work in, like, I know, Naf, you're involved with the public quite a lot in your job, like, to be put in that position and have to continue through with no extra support or anything, like GGs, nurses, doctors, people like that, like, I couldn't do it, I'm not built for that. I'm a fanny. I'd rather stay at home. Keep paying me.
Oh yeah, I was on furlough, see, and I had the chance to come to this job when it was in Tesco's, and like the temperature control and that, 'cause my cousin was a manager. But I was on furlough, and I was like, oh fuck this, I'm gonna stay on furlough until the end of it, really, because my boys obviously won. I wanted to spend time with him and wherever, mate. And then in September they fucking. October, the first part of the furlough ended, and then they renewed it or whatever it was going to be. But my company fucking shut down. They just closed up, like, and furlough ended for me. And then I came here, and I've been working every day. And I don't mean like working for 5 days, having 2 days off. Since December the 8th, I haven't had a day off except Christmas Day. That was the only day I've had off. So I've worked all the way through. I know it's rough, innit? I've had like, I haven't had a day off now in like 52 days, I think. But I'm not tampering with the people at home because, mate, like you say, they've put you on furlough. They've done that. You haven't like gone, all right, I'm going to stay at home now, rinse all the money and have all these days off.
Yeah, exactly.
They've decided like, this is the scheme that's happening. Please take care of it because otherwise you're going to spread fucking COVID everywhere. And now they're getting blamed for staying at home.
Well,
when they've put the scheme in place.
Oh, go on.
Go on.
No, go on.
So them to say that, like, oh, about having too many days off, fucking scandalous. Because they're the ones that are saying stay home, stay safe and that. But then, if go to the shop, that's fine, but only if you really need to. So stay in the house, but go out if you need to. Like, it's confusing. His fucking speeches on the TV are spastic. I can't even understand it. Mate, he's literally like, oh yeah, don't see anyone, but you can have a bubble of 6 outside in a park, but don't go outside unless you really need to. Go to the shop, only do shopping once a day. You can go for a run for an hour, but don't go outside. Like, what's he mean? Half
of this country's problem is that. He's a babbling buffoon. And then, furthermore, the biggest thing for me now is, was it the summer? Eat out is spread out, because that's what it was. Eat out is spread out. We'll give you dirt cheap food, and you need to just go cough all over the next table. Crack on. That is exactly what that was. Eat out to spread out. And then when it all came and tits up, everyone's fucked in this country with it. He's like, oh, well, it's your fault. Yous are the ones out. Yous are the ones doing this. It's practically, on layman's term, what he was trying to say. It's your fault for going out and using our cheap food. Now look, you've put us in shit. Your fault. Same thing's happening again. It's our fault the economy's fucked because we're not working. But hang on a second. This is a controversial topic. Why are 80-plus-year-olds getting the jabs first when the majority of the working industry is between the ages of 20 and 50? Is giving an 80-year-old locked away somewhere in a home or whatever, fair enough in a care home, but an 80-year-old that doesn't really leave the house anywhere, parents and stuff sons and daughters do the shopping for them. Surely it's better to get the economy back on track by getting the 20 to 50-year-olds done first.
And, economy-wise, you got fucking the tax. What's the income tax? What's the cap on that? It's like what? Is it 16,000? No.
11,500. No, 12,500.
Is that the income tax cap?
Yeah, 12,500
right.
in tax.
Bloody hell, that's so low. They should up that, because if they up that, you've got like, you know, all the people on lower wages, lower incomes and that. If you got, they're the ones that go and spend. All the rich cunts are like on much, much more money. They're rich because they keep that money and they don't need to go spend. Because they've already got everything. Do you know what I mean? If they lower that, you've got fucking Shelley down the road with 4 kids but she's actually working her ass off, but she's paying tax because she's earning £12,500. That's fucking nothing. Do you get what I mean? So the economy's collapsing because she can't go out and spend, and the rich cunts keep all their money.
And the
If she had
biggest,
the
the biggest thing of it all is it's not even the general public that are benefiting from this money system. It's the big companies. I don't know if you've seen in the paper a few months back, Richard Branson was seeking fucking furlough help. He's got his own fucking island.
Correct.
Sell his island.
Yeah. He's got his own island. Why does he need government money, which us little sad fucks are going to be paying back for the next 30 years? Why is
Exactly,
Richard Branson
income tax will
allowed
go
that?
up.
Yeah, why is he allowed that?
Because once this is all over, the income tax is going to go up for us to pay back what they've chucked out to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's got to go back somewhere. It's
Yeah,
not
it'll be
money
the
comes
average.
somewhere, but it
It'll
needs to
be
go back.
the average day Joe that will be paying back the tax in the long run.
But didn't Boris say there's a third wave coming? So why would you want everyone to go back to work, open up schools, do everything, just open up everything, when you've openly stated there's a third wave coming? Look at Europe.
Well, the third wave's already kicking out in the rest of Europe, isn't it? So
Yeah,
As long as they keep,
so
as long as they keep borders shut.
It's all to
And
do with schools. Nothing to do with the
Yeah.
borders. It's all to do with schools.
it's
No,
reliant on the
but
vaccine
from coming from
yeah.
Europe to the UK, keep the borders shut for the rest, like for as long as they can.
Yeah,
So
they-
nothing's coming in.
He
So-
stopped a few countries. It's like
They
travel to
literally
France.
literally shut all the borders, apart from trade coming in, but everything else until the rest of Europe is kind of vaccinated.
Well, not just that, just keep us locked down. We made this mistake last year. Like, I'm bored of lockdown, don't get me wrong. I'm bored, and I'm sure there's people in a lot worse positions than what I'm in, right? I have one child, a wife that's a nurse who goes to work. Like, we're good. There is people living through this lockdown with mental health problems, with probably getting battered by the fella, or vice versa, because it happens the other way around too. There's probably people dealing with like a lot worse things behind their walls and that are forced to stay there. So I understand the need for people to get out and to get back to some sort of normality. But we made this mistake last summer and he let it go too early and we got absolutely battered with it. If it's happening now and we can see this third wave in Europe, then take heed. Everything's coming down. Just keep it as it is until that passes. If that passes, we're not going to take half as many deaths by staying in the position that we're in now. Changing and doing things now isn't going to work. It's like changing your footy manager 3 weeks before the end of the season. You're already fucking down. Like, what's the point?
That's why we had the worst death rate in Europe, because we made mistakes. And if we go into exactly the same again, he'll just get slaughtered even more. So,
But as much as the government's done really bad, on the flip side of it, we're chugging through the COVID jabs.
But are we?
vaccination.
Yeah, but people
Yeah.
got to realize the jabs aren't 100% guaranteed to stop the virus. You could still catch it, you can still spread it. It's not 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, but it means if you do get it, you're not going to technically end up in hospital.
No.
It may be the case of having a bad cold flu, but
Yeah, but you can
it's
still
kind of
pass it on. That's
you can
the
still
issue.
pass it on. Yeah,
People who think that they have vaccines, even if they have both of them, people who have these vaccines still go out and do everything they want to do, even when they have COVID, because they think, I've got the vaccine,
I'm free.
so
Yeah,
I'm free.
yeah, I agree.
It really shows that the population is deluded.
Is as soon as you open everything up, you'll see. If anybody watched the boxing last night from Gibraltar, there was only 500 people there, and it kept saying they're all been COVID jabbed twice, and they've all got their face masks on. But every time it went to a crowd scene, how many of them actually had their mask on?
Oh my
And how many of
god,
them
did
were
you...
cussing and all sorts? Hardly any of them had a mask on.
I saw that on
As soon
Twitter.
as the country gets opened up, people will not wear their masks. They'll go into the pub with it on, and it will come off after a couple of beers.
Chin straps.
Yeah.
Chin straps. New from Nike. Chin strap. Get it in 7 different colours. Literally, people wear it round the chin. I was watching the boxing last night, and it's exactly that, Naff. I was like, what the fuck is that? You've been given this opportunity which not many people have been given. How many people were there? 500 or 5,000?
500 people, yeah.
500, and at least 10% of all camera shots on that audience, there wasn't a fucking mask on that nose and mouth. And some people think, and you see it around the town when you actually have to go out, they think you can't catch it through your fucking nose.
Well, I see it every single day at work, like
Fair.
in public transport. People don't wear it over their nose. I got fed up with telling people after a while, because what's the point? You tell them, I'll put it over your nose, you come back to them 5 minutes later and it's back down around their neck again. So it's a waste of time. People don't listen. So as soon as the things open up, it's only going to get worse again.
The major issue I have is schools. How do you expect 4-year-olds to self-isolate? You can't. They learn through play.
It's more.
How do you play when you're self-isolating?
I agree with that. I
Stay
think
2 meters apart. You can't.
I think that especially we had this problem when we sent Evie back. Was I was a bit worried because she's a girl and girls are more cuddly and things like that, and I thought, oh fucking hell, like she's gonna be sat in a group of people. You don't know what their parents, if they're following the rules, etc., etc. The problem that I have isn't so much with the now; it's with the future. Like, how much damage is this going to do to kids that are the ages of 4, 5, 6, 7, who are going to live through this for? I'm going to say another year. I don't think that this is going away this year.
It's not going away this
That's
year.
going to be 2 years of their life which they remember living under these conditions. I was falling out of trees at this age, like.
It's hard. I've been trying to explain to my 4-year-old what it's like, and he just thinks it's like a bad germ. We just keep saying it's bad germs, because he always asks, why can't I go to the toy shop? Why can't we go in there? Because you can go out and stand outside and order stuff online and go and pick it up, but can't go in. It's hard to try and explain it, and the school explain it differently, so I think it just confuses them.
I live right next to a school. I mean, it's literally within.
That's no shock to me. That's no shock at all, that is.
No, yeah. Has anyone got the number for anyone?
Yeah, so whenever you drive past it, the kids are all together in a big group. So you're telling me, say if one of them kids is ill, all of them kids are ill, they then spread it to their parents, say their parents work, they will then spread it to their co-workers, and that's all comes from schools.
Well, no,
no.
This is
there's someone at the school that's got it.
This is a different level, though. The basic level of it all is, at the very beginning when this virus came, how is it fair that I can go work with 7 different households simultaneously in a day, but can't go to my mum and dad's? That's the biggest, and that's the root of it all.
Yeah.
How can I go and work with a mix of households at work for the benefit of the country, but I cannot go and see on personal level my family home?
What I found interesting through this, so the UK has tried to balance the economy with morale, with just trying to keep things as normal. If you compare the way the UK have tried to deal with things compared to countries like New Zealand and Australia, where they, as soon as they had 20, 30 cases, they would go into a lockdown for a week. Like, I mean, full lockdown, nothing's open. The UK, they wait for 10,000, 20,000. The first lockdown now. I was in college when Ireland went into lockdown. Ireland is literally, like, what was it, an hour by boat away from us? 2 hours? Like, and everything is still open. And it took them an extra month to go into lockdown. And I was still in college at that time. When we knew he was coming. Like, it's just, like, you knew he was coming. It's quite simple to identify it's coming.
Okay, so I'm going to step in now. We could be on this all day, this topic. So let me ask you this to finish this topic off. Alid, what's the future? What's the future after COVID?
Future after COVID? Well, I don't know enough. I'm fucking 19, I don't know.
Del, what do you think the future after COVID is?
It's going to be a very different place. As in, we'll be wearing masks for a lot longer, even after it's kind of settled down. And we'll be paying for this for a long, long time going forward.
Naf, you've worked all the way through. How do you see it ending?
I don't see it ending anytime soon. Like, so anyone that thinks, you can put the masks in the bin in June or whenever it is when they're saying everything's going to be open again, it's not going to happen. Still be wearing masks, you'll still be socially distancing even when people have been vaccinated, I think. And the amount of people that don't pay attention to anything, it's going to be longer. So, and economy-wise, we're going to be paying for it for decades, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm honest,
I
that's
agree.
the way I see it. So
Sage, you work like literally. Your job is for this, right? Your temporary job.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you see you're dealing with it daily?
So up here, we get told by all the workers inside that we'll be out of a job soon and you're doing this and you won't be here much longer. They've been saying this to me since last September. Like
Fuck now.
once a year, once a week. Sorry, no, once a year. Once a week they've been saying it to us. Oh, you'll be losing your job now next week. Blah blah blah. They all want you out. Are you self-employed? I'm like, yeah. And they're just like, yeah, you'll be out of job soon. They're gonna keep you here forever, are they? And we're like, well, obviously not. No, we've got another wave coming. And then the second lockdown happened, and then we stayed. And then I thought we weren't coming back after Christmas, and then I'm still here. And they're saying the same thing now, last week and the week before, about last week, and I'm still here. It doesn't. It feels like it's a vicious circle. They're trying to get all these new systems. Like I'm working in the steelworks, yeah. Trying to get all these new systems with a temperature scanner, big thermometer, like screen that like you just look at it, a camera, and it registers on your clocking card. Mate, it's never gonna work. It's just basic. Get your temperature checked on the fucking main gate. Go into work. Like it's so much easier. Like companies don't want to spend out. They're all skint. All companies are skint. Why would they like go and buy like loads of new shit and then still not get rid of us? We like as temperature scanners. I know it's like sounds absolutely such an easy job, but it's crucial for like how to keep companies and businesses open.
Yeah, of course.
Like when I went in the first lockdown, after it ended, I got a dance company. That's my main thing. I'm a dancer, so I went back into training. I was teaching, and I was just looking at all these kids, and they were like fucking nearly a year older and 8 months older. I'm like, fucking hell, none of you look the same. And I was like trying to talk to them. They'd lost personality. They'd lost fucking just everything. The fitness was obviously gone. Like all of them were out of shape. They're all knackered. None of them could dance anymore. It felt like it was just. It's a fucking awful situation. And I think if it doesn't end soon, like which it isn't going to, I think we'll have another year. Another year. It's got to be another year, isn't it? Logically.
I think another year.
Like looking at it from, because I'm working in it, it's a bit hard because I'm dealing with all the shit here. Like, oh, I think I'm leaving and I'm staying here. That's all I'm caring about, to be honest. But on a whole, I think I'll be here for another like 6 months at least.
Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to ask you 10 questions. They're quick fire. You haven't seen these questions. You have no idea what they are. It just requires an answer. Nice and simple. Don't make it difficult. We know what you like. Just 10 quick fire questions. I just need an answer for. Got it?
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, ask Alex.
Question 1. If you could buy any type of food right now, what would you buy?
A donut.
A donut. What colour's your toothbrush?
Oh, fucking hell, blue.
If you don't know, fucking hell. If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
Oh, koala. They got fluffy ears.
What is one thing you would put on your bucket list?
What's a bucket list?
Superb.
Who's your favourite superhero and why?
Martian Manhunter. He's green.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Autistic, downy, retarded.
Oh my.
That's 2.
Oh, it's not. 3.
Where is the worst place you could get stuck?
Stuck in a washing machine. I done that once as a child.
That's for another pod. Describe the perfect kiss in 3 words.
I don't know. I've never had one.
What?
Don't know.
If you could paint anything, what would you paint?
Oh, Bob Ross tree drawing.
Superb. Brilliant.
Not even
Top
a kid.
answer.
If you could talk to the
Family
president,
fortune.
if you could talk to the president, what would you talk about?
Where's your nuke button? Like, do you want me to explain why?
Oh God, yeah, go on.
Well, in like TV shows and films, you've got a big red button. I don't think they actually do have a big red button on the table that like labels nukes. Like any randomer can walk in and click it.
All right, okay. Last question.
like
Last question for this
Mr.
week's
Burns'
Alid.
button in The Simpsons.
Yeah, Mr. Burns' button. Release the hounds. Last question for this week's Ask Alid. If you could choose your nickname, what would it be?
Oh, I can't choose my nickname. It's Alid. Short enough.
Original.
Could go wrong. Short enough.
Neff, what have you got?
Right, so it kind of ties in a little bit with the original first story about Death Row. So, I've changed my story from what it was originally going to be because I found something that fitted in better, so I preferred it. So here we go. And I'm going to hit you with part of the story. If you haven't already heard it, then that's better because I'm going to ask you a question about it. So basically, there's a father of 3 who was working as an Uber Eats driver who's been killed in a suspected carjacking by 2 people who allegedly tried to steal his car in Washington, D.C. How old do you reckon that the 2 people that tried to hijack this guy's car were?
Right, now
Hit me first. What do you reckon?
I've seen this. I've seen this story. I didn't read it though. Did they tip the car?
Right. Yeah, the car tipped.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And he died in hospital.
I seen it, but I didn't actually read it. 16.
What about Alec? What do you reckon? How old do you think they were?
84.
84.
84. Seems legit. Dale, what do you reckon?
84. They would have needed help into the fucking vehicle. What are you talking about?
I read a thing that it was 92-year-old robberies. 92-year-old
92 is not 84. You spack.
84 is not close. Let me put it that way. What do you reckon, Dale?
I reckon 13.
Sage, what do you reckon?
14.
There were 2 girls. One was 13 and the other was 15.
Wow.
They've both been
84.
charged with
It could have
felony
been
murder and
84, right?
armed carjacking. 13 and 15 years old.
Damn.
The bloke was 66. They tipped his car, and
Well, he fell out the window.
Been arrested. The car sped up down the street, flipped, and he ejected out onto the near sidewalk, and he died in hospital of broken
Damn.
bones and
Oh,
severe head
bloody hell.
trauma. He was trying to make Uber Eats deliveries at the time and crashed him into a fence as he fell out of the car.
That's
He was how
fucking
old?
bullshit.
He was 66.
Doing Uber Eats.
So
That's
doing an Uber
that's
Eats
I
your
know
delivery,
issue.
yeah.
Bad experiences with them.
Fucking hell. Why is he doing that at 64?
Because
Well, it depends on the. It maybe depends on his lifestyle, or if he's wants a bit of extra money, or
the country's fucked and they're taking out of his savings to pay my lazy ass on furlough. That's why he's working for Uber Eats.
Yeah.
I think what I can make from it is that he wasn't overly well off because they've set up a GoFundMe page to fund a funeral.
Alright, okay.
So he can have a traditional Islamic funeral.
Send me the link. I'm gonna donate a 10 out of that. That's fucking horrific.
So
That's
but
horrific.
13 and 15 is
the-
that standard.
the initial goal was set by the family on the GoFundMe page was $100,000, but I don't know how much it's up to now. But they've raised it now to 430,000 because I think they've raised so much already. But it just begs the question, doesn't it, of kids nowadays, like 13 and 15, and that's what you're doing. Like when I was 13 and 15, I was playing Kirby.
Oh my god, Kirby, legendary. What would you do if that was your if that was your kid, Nath? 10 years time. Your kid comes to
10
you and
years time.
your kid comes
I
to you
honestly
and he
don't know how
goes,
I'd
Dad.
react to it. Yeah, I don't know. Literally, I think I'd be lost for words, like, because I'd look at it from a personal point of view, though, like that I'd failed in bringing him up properly. If that makes sense, like for guys, obviously got kids as well. Like, is that the way you'd look at it as well, or would you think I couldn't do anything about it? I think it'd be on me.
It's that thin.
Personally,
It's that thin
that I've
line,
done
right?
something wrong somewhere along the line.
It's that
Yeah.
thin line between allowing them to grow up and giving them. You give them an inch, and it's up to them to respect the
Just-
inch.
they
and
take
not
a mile.
not take the mile.
Yeah.
It's up to them to respect that. But I guess you're right.
It's
It's
just-
completely out of your control because they're young adults at that age. 15-year-old. I would expect
it.
them to be young
At
adults.
that age, yeah. But obviously, like in America, it's like you can't even. Well, you're not supposed to drink till you're 21. Is the law? Obviously, it don't happen anywhere. But like 13 and 15-year-old, I was amazed when I read the story. That's why I changed it. Originally, I was going to do a different one, but a 13-year-old and a 15-year-old, and the bloke's dead, and he's 66, got a family and kids, just going out doing work.
But I'm reading it now. They approached him and brandishing a stun gun.
They had a stun gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was working in
Like,
he
that's
was
the question,
yeah. There
like,
was he was working in the city southeast quadrant when the girls 13 and 15 approached him brandishing a stun gun.
Wow.
Does it say where it is, like city or anything like that?
Washington DC.
Yeah, Washington
It was in
DC.
Washington.
Oh well, they can get a gun from fucking anywhere.
That's the thing, like over there as well. Like compared to over here, obviously it's not so easy. Over here, there's a lot of people that do have guns and weapons and
It's
whatnot. But you
organised
don't hear
crime.
about it as
Yeah,
much
it's-
in the UK.
It's organised crime here. That's why.
Yeah. You know, but just begs the
But-
question, doesn't it? Like, what's it going to be like in 15 years' time? Are you going to get 8-year-olds doing things like this? Like, I don't know. I just
But
think
they've
it's shocked.
raised so
Well,
far $570,000.
Fair
so they've
enough.
hit the
Jesus
second
Christ.
target. They raised it to 430, and now it's up to
Do-
that point. So
Do funerals generally cost that much?
Not really. You can bury people for
no,
like
it's because it's the
£4,000,
traditional.
but traditional you would have like
Yeah, they just do it.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a traditional Islamic funeral. So I'd imagine. I mean, I don't know what that entails, but obviously it's not cheap. But I'd imagine a lot of the money's going to go to the family as well for.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah,
he
'cause
was
it's-
bringing in the money, right? You've just lost your.
That's
This is
it.
what people don't think. They just
Either
think,
father,
oh,
grandfather,
Yeah.
husband, brother. So yeah.
if he had nothing and he was
But
working,
he's born in Pakistan, which begs another question with in America, doesn't it, with racism and without bringing it up too much. But would it have happened if it had been someone else? I don't know. So
yeah, it's
I don't know, but
it's tough.
I'm a bit lost for words with it, really.
I think if
my original story was going to be about a custard cream. I've escalated a bit from a custard cream to 13 and 15-year-old killer girls. But yeah,
fucking custard cream.
I don't really know where you go with it. Like
It's
just
it's tough because
mad.
if you put it on our level and you obviously if there are mothers and fathers that do listen to this, if your child at 13 comes home to you and says, kind of fucked up today, and then you see it in the paper exactly what's happened, I mean, what do? Like, you can't support that behaviour. Because if you support that behaviour, like you were trying to say, Nath, you're going to allow that generation and the generation below to believe that that's acceptable. Or it's alright, you don't get punished so bad. Like, you're at an age where basic parenting punishment kind of stops. It's now money-wise. Like, when you get into teens, you control your kids through money. I don't care what anyone says. They can't go to the cinema with their friends. They can't do... They just don't get an allowance. But that's how I like to see my
growing up
future.
in the way, like EMA or whatever it's called.
Yeah. EMA, remember, at college, you 30 quid a week.
Yeah, college, you used to get like 30 quid a week,
Yeah.
and you use that, and it'd be gone like within 2
Mhm.
days. You'd go and do something, and that's it. And
So
you
it's
didn't eat for, like,
25
6
now.
days.
So you've lost all control of your children as soon as they're out in the world, because every kid thinks that they're older than they are. Everyone's an adult before they've walked. Like, everyone just
Yeah.
thinks, oh, I can do it now. I can do whatever I want. I can do this. That type of thing. I mean, I think it should be punished hard. I think that's a hard punishment. Scare the fuck out of him. deter
This
it for the
is-
future?
Force that on a 13 and a 15-year-old. I don't think you can because they haven't had enough of an education, maybe. But it still doesn't explain what they've done. I don't think they realised possibly what they were doing.
I believe the thing that I read, it said tragic
like,
accident, right?
I don't think they realised it would go to this extent.
Yeah, that's not an accident. If you're coming up to stun someone with a stun gun and then going into his car,
I think they were just trying to steal the car. No, but I don't think they intended on murdering him. I think they were just trying to steal his car, but it's escalated. But obviously, it begs the question with like the death penalty situation earlier on, like in a position like that, would you give them a death penalty? You probably wouldn't, would you? Because
of their age.
A bit different to
because of their age.
Yeah, because of their age.
They wouldn't even go to jail.
So they're probably just going to like a.
Yeah, Youth Offenders Institute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are children that go to jail for a long period of time.
They'll be back out on the streets within a few years.
Yeah.
Similar to that lad that was on Making a Murderer, is it?
Oh yeah! Oh my God!
Brendan Dassey.
Let's get into that while that's come up. He's innocent, right?
Brendan Dassey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm going to be on a bit of a. I don't think many people agree, but I think Stephen Avery's innocent as well.
Yeah, I do.
I won't get into that.
Just because of the money.
There's so much been covered up by that set of feds over the first incident that obviously whoever it was had something out for him. And it just seemed a bit too sus to me. And there's always different bits that have come up that have been covered and things.
You keep cutting out there enough. Yeah.
So I don't think that's legit either. I think he did it.
No. Is he cutting out for everyone else?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, well, we'll move on now. Thank you for that one. So, to another feature on the channel.
Ding, ding, ding. Hello. Dear Del Mondo.
I'm going to give you a few a few scenarios, and just like your predecessor, dear Deirdre, these guys need some help. So here we go. I need from you a response that is paper-worthy for Dear Del Mondo. Scenario 1. I bumped into my married daughter at a sex party and kept getting flashbacks. What do I do?
Oh, God.
You didn't think this was a walk in the park, did you?
No. I definitely don't go down the park then.
Welcome to friendship.
Depends if he's got a guilty conscience. If he's getting flashbacks, you need evidence of if anything happened. So you'd probably married daughter. If he's getting flashbacks, he's either too drunk to know what's happened at it, or you'd have to maybe talk to the daughter, kind of not in an indirect way, but if seeing how her kind of body language is, if anything's happened, or maybe speak to people who were at the party as well.
Okay, scenario 2. Dear Del Mondo, I can't stop thinking about a kiss I shared with my cousin 20 years ago. Please help.
Are you still in contact with the cousin? If it's just a kiss, then it's maybe just a... if you shared the kiss, it may... depends on how old you were when you had the kiss. So, if it's just an innocent thing, if you're kind of experimenting, then you kind of just put it to kind of move on.
Just move on, yeah, okay. Scenario 3, there's one more left after this. Dear Del Mondo, such a slob.
Yes.
My husband has completely let himself go and I'm sick of it. Help.
Change his. What I'd probably do is, if he's a slob, try and go out more, maybe exercise more, go for more walks, change his diets like gradually. And if that doesn't work, then leave him.
Harsh as fuck. Okay, and the final one for this week. Dear Delmondo, my wife and I had a threesome with a hot younger woman, but now I only want her. Help.
Depends how fit she was. Oh dear. Maybe you could employ as a cleaner or a bit of home help. Depends how the marriage was. If it's a good marriage, then maybe you could suggest to the wife that you could do it again. That's about it, really.
So, thank you for that, dear Delmondo. Dear Delmondo will return. Please, please, please get them little suggestions in. I'm sure Delmondo will have no issue sifting through them.
I'll sift through them.
What was that question again at the end about the...
My wife and I had a threesome with a hot younger woman, but now I only want her.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Did you think of all of these?
Mate, I've done the work here. It's my week. I've had to do some work.
You fucking thought of fucking hell.
You can do my week then.
I think Naf's had some issues, right? Has Naf dropped out for
Yeah, he's dropped out. We wait for him.
There he is. He's
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Naf, you're back.
I think so, right?
There you go. Your segment.
Yes.
Hit me.
See, I found a very ancient YouTube video about American cat bumper stickers. Now, there's some very interesting ones. As we know, the Americans are quite a funny country.
This is Alid, not us. Like, the rest of Friendship don't agree.
So
Disclaimer.
the first one is gun saves lives. 2.5 million defensive uses each year. Don't think that's the case. I don't think guns save lives. Pretty sure guns are to shoot people. Brap brap.
They could be for self-defense. Who knows? Who knows?
Did you just brap?
Yeah, I
On
did
a
just
podcast.
brap brap on a podcast.
Brap
The
on the
military use
pod.
guns.
Brap brap. See?
Brapcast.
Brapcast. You then got another one. My truck is built with wrenches, not chopsticks. Rate that. It's really showing that Americans like China.
This feels like a good solid American bashing from Alid here. Like, I'm a big fan of America. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah,
No,
I'm as well.
I'm just saying what I'm reading. These are
It does feel like 75% of our podcast has been America related so far.
This is true. This is true.
And then you got children on board with a blue gun and a pink gun. And you've got, if you hit me with my babies in the car, I'll whoop your ass till the cops come.
Is that an actual report? What the fuck's that?
Yeah, that's an actual one.
That's brilliant.
Actually, I might need to share my screen because it's just funnier if you just see them.
Yeah,
of the
sure.
designs are mad.
I'll put them up for everyone to see as well.
Some of the designs are mad.
Jesus.
Then you got honk, Jesus honk, if you saves, Jesus loves, if you love Jesus, 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 if the answer.
I think someone loves Jesus.
So, this is another prime example of you're not being able to see out the back of your car. So, I think that person likes the Holy Lord. Then you got, safely surrender your baby. with a perfect web link of www.babysafe.ca.gov.
That's a very small baby.
See, what you can do, yeah, is take out the first word. Surrender your baby.
Why is it
Wow.
called surrender your baby?
No, the image is safely surrender your baby. If you take off the first word, surrender your baby.
Surrendering baby.
I don't know.
understand.
Anyway,
I don't know.
fucking awful.
They fucking put it on their car.
Safely surrender your baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then you had, I bet Jesus would have used his turn signals.
What?
This is very Jesus related.
Oh, that's terrible.
And then you got, lost your cat, try looking under my tyres.
Oh my
Super.
god!
That's brilliant.
That's it.
Excellent.
Oh my god!
Sammy.
In the making of this podcast. There was a young maid from Madras who had a magnificent ass. Not rounded and pink as you probably think it was grey, had long ears and ate grass.
What the fuck did I just
And I just want you to all know, while I read that out, I was massaging my boobs as I said it. Because
Why?
the magnificent ass just got me big star. Would you like me to repeat it? Because did you not quite catch it the first time? Do you want it again? Do you need it twice?
Go on.
You want it again?
Do it slower.
There was a young maid from Madras who had a magnificent ass. Not rounded and pink, as you'd probably think it was grey, had long ears and ate grass. Facts.
Alid, is that hurting your brain?
He just called him a donkey. I forgot.
Can we just clear up? It didn't hurt Ali's head, it fucking hurt mine though. Honestly, and
I'm just confused about why you just did it. Oh, when I was doing it, I was rubbing my boob.
It hurts my head.
Sage, I think this is the moment of the pod where you do your little Sage sales plug. What have you got on offer for 35?
Mate, for 35, I'm going to get 15. 45 including tip, I'm still going to only get you 15. For 70, I'm going to give you 30. And for 105, I'm going to give you 45. And if you really, really want to lock, I'm giving you 60 for 140.
You heard it here first from the third party guy himself, Mr. Sejomundo.
Saganovska.
Saganovska. So I want to end on this. This is the last story that I found. I thought it'd be fun to have a little giggle. So the story that I have is a teenage girl was horrified to discover a venomous snake hiding inside her asthma inhaler. The teen was bringing her washing yesterday at her home in Bleeblee, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, in Queensland, Australia, when she spotted a red-bellied black snake slither out of the clothes she'd just brought inside. She wasn't sure exactly where it had ended up until she noticed it curled up inside the open top of her blue inhaler.
Wait, hang on. Did you say the place he's from is Bleeblee?
Bleeblee or Bli? Butler F?
Hell of a name.
BLI?
Absolute god tier of a name.
Imagine that, you're fucking panicking, absolutely panicking to the fact that you need your inhaler. You fucking open it and there's a fucking snake. What the fuck?
It's Australia, innit? Every dangerous creature lives there.
Yeah, the boys in Australia are mad as fuck, man. There's a reason. They're not scared of shit. I couldn't dream of going to Australia. I'd be fucking killed. I had a spider yesterday, right? I was in call with some of the lads last night watching the UFC. And I literally, out the corner of my eye, seen a spider climbing up the wall. Now, This
Class.
spider, you could have saddled and rode the Grand National with. It was fucking huge. It was probably not as big as that, but it took the goblet of fire right to its fucking mouth. It's still
Oh, to
squashed on
burn
the
the
wall.
house down.
Can't get rid of it. Oh yeah, see, Del, you a spider fan?
No, I hate them. Absolutely hate them.
Terrified.
Because I was on my the other half was away. This is about a year ago, and I was sitting on my sofa playing PlayStation, and all there was only the side light on, and I saw this movement, and I'm thinking, oh shit! And I didn't have socks or anything on, and this thing, I could see this thing out of the corner. I looked at it, looked like a bleeding elephant going through the thing, and I was nearly shitting myself. And I'm thinking, what the fuck do I do? And it kind of looked at me, and it stopped. And I'm thinking, how the fuck am I going to get this thing out? So I had my iPad next to me, so I threw the iPad on top of it, and then pushed it down, thinking it killed it. So I lifted it up, the bloody thing moved, and I'm thinking, what the fuck am I going to be doing now?
It had
So
one of them titanium backs, right?
Yeah, and I didn't even, with a carpet, didn't even squash it. And I'm thinking, what the hell am I going to do? And one of his shoes were by the door, so I had to creep to the door, literally pick the shoe up and bleeding, batter the hell out of it. And he's come back the next day and he went, was there a spider in there? And I went, no, why? And he went, there's remains of it in the carpet. So I tried to hoover it up. There still remains a spider.
Imagine having an eye like that. It's like a fucking vulture's eye. I see a leg.
Yeah, I see a leg. It's like, oh shit. There's just bits of legs and bits of spider on there.
Sage, you don't mind spiders, right?
Yeah, I don't mind them.
I don't get any. That's psychopathic behaviour, not minding the spider mind.
If it's got wings or legs, I hate it.
Yeah, bees, wasps, spiders, they're my three. I can't deal with any of them. Can't deal with any of them. Alid, how do you feel on spiders?
Fine.
Naff, spiders?
I didn't used to like them. I mean, I'm not a massive fan, but since I've been with the missus for 7 years, she can't stand them. So if I don't get rid of it, it ain't getting taken out the house. So I've had to grow a pair a bit.
Okay, so
but I don't really like them.
You've run for your blue inhaler because you're absolutely threatened. You need it, and you open it up, and there's a fucking big dirty spider in there. Legs come back out of the side when you've opened it. What you doing?
Fight over the fence.
Dropping it on the floor and running.
I don't think I'd have the chance. I'd just pass out, I think. I would just be on the floor. Someone would be chugging it in my mouth. I'd be fucking done.
I'd have a phobia then of inhalers. I'd have to check inhalers.
I think I'd be the same.
Anytime I'd have to literally get someone else to like take it apart and oh no.
I have this weird thing with food. If there's a hair in my food, that's it. It's wasted. I can't eat it again. I never go back. Wherever I've been, even if there's just one tiny hair, I'm done. I'm the same thing. Like as soon as I've seen something, that's it. I associate it with that place or with
what
that
happens
thing.
with your hair?
I used to be fussy like that with like plates. I wouldn't eat round other people's houses because I didn't know where their plate had been.
I cannot stand party food. I know it's rude, but I will go to a party and just not eat the food. I don't know where it's been prepared.
Touched it.
Don't know where the kitchen's been. I'm so OCD with it. It's not even funny. I just choose not to eat and I just drink more. Seems sensible.
And then pass out and get eaten by spiders.
Yeah. To the point where I need my blue inhaler.
It's a vicious circle, that.
It's
But
adulting.
But the worst thing you do is watch that film Arachnophobia.
Mm-mm.
And you think, oh Jesus Christ!
Are you insane?
I know. I saw it. I kind of saw it on it was on the telly or something, and I'm thinking, how do I get upstairs to the bedroom in case there's a spider might eat me or something?
I see Aragog and Harry Potter and immediately can't sleep.
Oh, that's a cute spider, or?
Aragog?
It's a friendly spider.
He's about 50 foot and 1,000 clem.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill people.
No, but he's got 50,000 fucking mates that come rushing at you.
Yeah, but he doesn't kill them.
There's no such thing as a cute spider.
There isn't, like, I'm not having that.
That can get out.
No, I know they eat flies and insects, but they're still evil.
I could eat a fly.
Boys, oh my
Five
god.
subs on a
Mate,
wheel.
wait there. I went fucking into town once, yeah, to do with spiders now. I went into town because I was playing footy. I need to get new shin pads. I swear my life. I seen this as we was walking through town. It was me, Scott, my mate Matthew, walking through town. Literally, there's this guy that we haven't seen since school. His name's Michael. He's dead now. It's Michael something. Mate, he's doing magic in town. We haven't seen him like 5 years. We see him and he's like, oh, hey, he spots us. And I mean, there's fucking people all around him in a circle. He's doing all these tricks now. We like watch him. Like, boys, fucking hurry up. I need to get shinies before footy. He's like, oh, boys, when have you give me your watches? I'm like, what? No, fucking off, boys, come on now. He's a bit of a weirdo, like, no offence to him. God and rest in peace and all that. But he was a bit of a weirdo. I'm like, come on, let's fuck off. Like, you don't even know him that much. And he's like, no, go on, give me a watch. And I give him yours. He's like, I'm going. I said, what about you, Scott? He went, no, I am going either. I was like, for fuck's sake. Takes my watch off. I went, be careful with that now. My nan gave it to me last week. If you damage that, I'm gonna go fucking nuts. He's like, no, I'm just gonna make a spider appear in it. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a spider appear in the fucking in the watch. I'm like, all right, what are you on about? It makes absolutely no sense, doesn't it? He's like, he puts in a bit of cloth. He's got his stool, pushing the cloth. He's like, shaking the cloth around, and fucking, I'm like, fucking be careful with that fucking watch now. I swear to God, swinging it around, swinging it. He's like, push it down. All the crowd are laughing because they heard me talking to him, like, be careful with it. He brings out this fucking hammer. No, a plastic one, a blown up one. And he's like, I was like, oh, fucking hell, at least he's not going to smash with a real hammer. He pops it, boom, inside is a real hammer. I'm like, don't you fucking dare. He goes like, bang, 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 bang. He's fucking smashing his cloth now. And you can hear it. Like, you hear the what? You can hear it crumbling, it sounds like. Douche. I'm like, he done that. I'm like, yeah, whatever, it's fucking magic. He's fucking messing about. It's all, like, was it trick of the eye? Anyway, so he's like, banging it. He looks at me, smiles. I'm like, good. Right, give it back now, right? Is a spider in there? He opens it, mate. Oh my God, the fucking can't. What a can't. He puts the hammer down, opens a cloth. He looks at it. Right? I'm like, what is that? He's like, he says to me, all right, rolls it back up, push it on the side, does another trick. Everyone's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what the fuck is going on? Anyway, he's like, there you are, guys, I'm done for the day. Everyone, like, starts to scuttle off. I'm like, what the fuck? Boys, wait, come on, we need to go. Mate, can I have my watch? He goes like that. He comes up to me, he opens it, he goes, mate, I'm really sorry, I caught the watch with the hammer. And I was like, you fucking what? I've caught the watch with the hammer. I'm looking at him, he's like, I was trying to get the spider to go in here, and it didn't work. And I was like, what do you mean it didn't work? You tried to smash it with a hammer, what's it going to do with spiders? He's like, oh, listen, sorry, mate, come to pub now, I'll buy you a pint, I'm really sorry, boys. We're like, no, mate, we got footy. Like, we going out. Give me my fucking watch. He shows me the watch. It's in fucking pieces. It's in like 4 pieces. I'm like, we've caught him more than once, mate. And where's the fucking spider for the start? It had no resemblance. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Anyway, I'm tamping with him and pushing him around. The boys, calm the fuck down. I was like, I'll send him my fucking bank details. Mate, I go and play football, right? I go back to the other team's pub because we were playing away. He's in there. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? He's like, I've come to buy you a pint. I said, I don't want a fucking pint. Oh, what about a pie? I was like, no, I don't want a fucking pie. He was like, watch now. He goes, fucking cunt. I'm talking to him, man. I'm like trying to reason him. Oh my God, waiter comes over with a tray now, right? Fucking pint of Carlsberg or whatever, and a pie. Mate, I have my drink like that. He's like, go on in, open the pie. I'm thinking, what? Mate, I opened the pie. Guess what was in the pie?
Spider.
No, minced beef and onion.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fucking hell.
Who has a minced beef and onion pie?
Why is there not a spider in it?
Chicken bolty for the win.
Well, GG's, boys. First podcast in the bag.
Is that an actual story?
No, Alan, it's not. It's a joke. I mean, we'll catch you up off stream for the next fucking 7 hours.
Oh,
Thank you for sticking around. Thank you to all the boys that have been involved. Team Friendship for Life, obs. Yeah, thank you. Allard, Del, Naf, and Sage. If you need cheap credits, you've got the hookup. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed watching, listening, seeing whatever I've done off stream. And we'll be back next week. Boys, who's taking control next podcast? Who wants control next podcast? You got theme. I'll record and edit and stuff, but who wants theme and take control?
I'm bad at that.
Don't leave me to a fucking wheel.
It's gonna be a wheel.
It's gonna be a wheel, right?
It's gonna be a wheel.
All right, Naf, you're Naf Wheelio. You need to get a wheel going on one of your streams.
He's already got
Right.
one.
I'll stream again this week and put a wheel on it.
Yeah, and then whoever it lands on takes control. My name's off it. I've had my week now.
no.
Same again next week, probably next Sunday, right? I think Sunday's going to be a nice night to do it, to record it.
Yeah.
Especially before like wrestling events.
Yeah.
On after.
Okay, so follow the boys. You can see all the acts on the screen, and follow the channel for weekly podcasts. Thank you all. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for clicking. Enjoy the content. Kicking K content.